You can't send Dave Schultz?
We're going to if he doesn't
Why?
pay.
Okay, but when you say, because if you come in and tell me to leave the booth, I have to leave the booth?
If a staff member tells you you have to.
Without any notice or
No.
notification, I have
If
to
a
leave.
staff member tells you you have to.
That just flies in the face of community
No, it
radio.
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Right.
It means that when you're not here, that if there's a staff member here, they're in charge, and that's why they're going to do it. It will be that way if we go back on campus, and it certainly is that way at the Globe, where I have legal
No, I'm
justification.
sorry, I'm lost.
So at this point, that's all. You guys are witness. That's enough because we will be taking it to the board. I've already spoken to the board members, and so that's just the way it's going to be. So you can have your choice.
So anybody can come.
This is just a corrupt board, so why should I even care what you're saying, Greg?
I phoned the Societies Act, and they still have the registration of board members from the AGM. I understand many board members have come and gone. You have to bring that up to date immediately.
So then all that's bookkeeping. So anyway, just
I
to
phoned
make,
them yesterday, they don't have
just
it.
to make it clear, that's what the thing was, and so you know that, so that's the way it's going to be. So it's
That's not the way it's going to be. You can't kick a programmer off there for no reason. No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No,
You
you
prove the
can't.
board's legitimate first.
The board has nothing to do with programming.
Yes, it
Where's
does.
the letter of reprimand?
Yeah,
You guys are new on the scene. I've been here since before the station went on the air. You're telling me what's going on?
It doesn't
I
matter,
don't think
Dave. When we
so.
go to the
I
university,
don't think so.
the programmer doesn't get to run it. It's that
Keep
same
talking.
way now.
I don't
It's
give
that
a
same
crap.
way now. So I'm just telling you, that's all. Now the question is, if you don't think I have the legitimate authority, then are you saying that you would like me to phone the police and have you removed? Because that's my next step.
Yeah, you go ahead.
And that is,
I got witnesses galore.
That is,
that's my
honestly,
point.
that is
I
so
have
wrong.
witnesses.
That is harassment, man.
No, it's
Yeah.
wrong because I'm
What?
assuming, no, I'm not, I was there. I wasn't here last week, but I kind of, I don't know what was.
I have a recording of the whole incident.
In terms of me myself, like that really distresses me that if I'm here doing my show and you or Ashton or Jesse comes in and tells me leave the booth while I'm doing my show, that I have to leave while doing my show.
It's that way. It's a legal responsibility.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
Now check it out. The CRTC.
Bullshit. First of all,
First of all, Artie, what are you doing?
you are staff. You are a BOD. You're a member. I'm a member.
That's right.
You have no more jurisdiction on this than I do.
Actually, he does. He's the board of director, dude. He's a director.
But he can't do that.
Yes, he can.
That's what the PCOM is for.
Artie,
That's
check
what the
CRTC.
PCOM is for.
CRTC expects that your board of directors is in charge of this station.
That does not mean
Expects
keeping.
everybody else who walks in or out of the door
Bullshit.
is nothing.
No bullshit.
What's going on?
I'm trying to keep Dave off the show. As we expected.
I'm in the middle of my show here, and Ashton or Jesse or you come in here and
That's
tell
right.
me leave the booth.
That's right.
Then that flies in the. Then why do we come down here though?
Because then you complain about the staff people, and then we recommend them if that's the case. But someone has to be in charge here, and it is not the programming in the studio. When we go up to the university, in our negotiations with them, they require now to get back on campus.
University doesn't want to even talk to
Then
you
what is
guys.
the
I'll tell you who does actually count, and that is the CRTC, gentlemen. And if you think the CRTC wants to have a bunch of people who have no legal responsibility to this radio station in charge of this, then you are laughable. That's ridiculous.
There's already
It
nobody
is the CRTC
responsible
who
in charge.
demands that the board is responsible. The board has taken responsibility. That's that. End of story. Anything else is a flagrant abuse and misunderstanding of authority.
Are you still the finance?
Arby, why don't you actually understand what it is that my job is called before you go and pretend like you're going to ask me a question about what I am?
Do you have it? What's your job title then?
Arby, why don't you go and find out? All right, what is your job title, Arby? Do you have a title around here? Is it?
Yeah.
By what? Do I have a piece of paper that says that you have a music director duty around here? Where is that?
Description is.
Yeah.
He's just asking you what it is.
Where is that, Arby? Where is your piece of paper that says that you're a music director?
Where is it? Can you go find it for me?
No.
No. All right. So what are we doing here with this camera here, interfering in what is the board business? You're
recording.
Or are you program
Recording.
director? Because
Recording.
at this point in time, you can sit there and record. If you're gonna get involved
I think I
here,
recorded. Yep. Okay. I just want to know whether you are actually.
well, why don't you show up at a board meeting, like the due process is, and make the proper inquiries?
Because there are things that should happen between that time.
Yeah, well, at this point in time, Harvey, there's something going on here which does demand my attention. So please stop interfering.
Okay, I'll ask you after.
I never got that email. I don't even know what you're talking about.
July 23rd,
Tell
Davo.
the programmer to leave. Sorry.
You replied to it.
There's recourse. I didn't.
That makes no, honestly, that makes no sense.
No, I'm doing
No.
a radio show.
No, you're occupying a booth right now that you've been asked to leave.
Leave me alone.
You're not doing a radio show, you're interfering in somebody else's radio show right now.
Davo has shows
Davo's been asked
in 3
twice.
different countries.
Davo's been asked twice to not be here. And Davo's shows in other countries are other radio stations' business. That's not the CHOY's business. We are not a pre-production studio for
Why are you asking
7,000.
him?
He's been asked already.
Anyway, I'm doing a radio show.
Because he was asked last week to leave and he
You
refused
go
to
right
do so.
ahead. Call the cops. Or I'll call the cops, okay?
Because he refuses to leave.
Why is he asking to leave in the first place?
He was asked to leave because the weekend before, during Scout Fest, he refused to put a live stream on the air.
Yeah, because it was shit. That's why.
Like, CJ,
It was a crappy connection.
yes.
This
Yes.
place
It
has
doesn't
always
matter,
had
it
crappy.
doesn't matter. Somebody's in charge here, and whoever that person is, whatever they say that they will do, will in fact happen. It will be that way at the university, and somebody up at the university will not be in a classroom, a programmer, and say, I will not do this. It will not happen at the Globe, because under the liquor license thing, I can have anybody arrested who doesn't do whatever I tell them to do. So in that case, there is always somebody in charge. There always will be somebody in charge. If they tell the person to do the wrong thing, then that person's job will be at stake, and they can, in fact, be reprimanded.
But if it's not working, we can work with that,
while
right?
somebody's in charge,
We can
whoever's in
adjust.
here
That's-
will
it's-
do
it's
what the person
electronic.
who
No,
is in
the
charge
CRTC
says.
doesn't have any
The
patience for
CRTC
that.
doesn't have anything for that.
They don't
Right?
have
Whoever's in charge
any
here, whoever's
grace.
name pays the
If
rent,
he's been told to
will
do
be
something
the one.
and he's not
Right?
doing
That's
it,
just the
and
way
he's
it is.
occupying the broadcast
I wouldn't
studio,
have done it today.
that's a
though.
major
Actually
problem
did,
right
but
now.
nonetheless, when the
It's a
staff
major-
member
You're making a
says
big
leave,
mistake, you guys,
I'm
both
not
yet.
making
We've,
any
we've
mistake.
had
You're gonna
technical
have the whole crew on
difficulties
your
a
next
lot of
The whole-
times.
The whole
Whole
loop.
crew.
The whole,
crew? Who's
please
the
list
crew?
out this
Well,
crew.
who do you think programmers, what do you
Oh,
think
I
keeps
don't
this
know.
station going? You two?
Yeah,
You're
actually.
crazy.
Actually,
Yeah, it is us two.
When's
You
the
guys
last
are
certainly
time-
not
When's the
you.
last time you were here volunteering?
Well, look,
Yeah, what
I
do
don't
you
come
do,
here
Bob?
to have a power trip.
All
I
right,
come
all
to
right.
work
I'm
with
here
these people.
volunteering right now.
And by the
Okay.
way, I don't get
And I'm going to
paid. Never-
request
how much have you sucked out of
that
this whole
you
operation?
and him
step
down.
analysis, Bob. Figure out how much
Step
money I
down.
bring here.
Due to the allegations, due to the allegations that have been made,
Got us kicked off campus?
there have been allegations of, there have been allegations made, and you know it,
You need to say with a rumor, with you saying a rumor, I need to do something that you say, you should
It's
grab
in
a
writing.
brain.
It's in writing.
To who, me? To who, me
To
or
the
to
board.
you? Or to the board? By what? By who? Why don't you tell me that if that's the case?
Tara's resignation.
Oh, I see. And
We have
how
heard
much
that.
money has Tara stole from me, and what did she spend it on? Do you want me to go get the crackhead stuff and say that? Do you not recognize what a 3-page letter is? Do you want to have me heard?
It doesn't
Is that
really
what you're
matter
looking for,
if you throw
Harvey? Do you
chairs.
want to see? You didn't see that. She's alleging that, right?
Is
She
the
is
chair
alleging
broken?
that. I don't know. Go find one.
Apparently, you told Dylan that
According
the-
to the same
that the
letter,
broken-
according to the same letter with the other lies in it, written, I can show you, if you check her email, which I seized as ours, because it is a CHOY thing, I can show you 50 4-page letters that she's written that hasn't said. If you want me to hurt Tara, you keep it up.
And you're going to sit in that booth and you're going to refuse to take directions from the people who have legal responsibility here.
Nobody's
Then,
willing to
then
take
you're
the
not
boots.
actually going to be in the booth. Right? It just doesn't happen. We have legal requirements, we have contractual duties, we have commitments that we've made, and we have various reasons why at any point in time somebody may walk into that booth who has
But if
the
it's a
legal
crappy
duty.
feed, why should we have to
And
control
that
it?
is not the point. It is nothing to do with the
Somebody's
point.
at the school, if we have our campus at the school, and the person in charge says, for whatever reason, you have to go, they have to go. If the teacher's in there and you object because you're up there doing the presentation, if you're in class, and somebody is up there doing the presentation,
You know what?
if somebody's doing
if
the
it's about
presentation,
quality, then Bob's show wouldn't be on. Okay?
Bob does all recordings for his show.
Bob
Doesn't
uses
matter.
YouTube every single week. Bob does not read well. If it's about quality, Bob's show is cut.
So it's obviously not about quality, it's
So it's
about
not about
personal
quality.
problem, isn't it?
No, it's about
a
various
personal
things.
problem with
But I don't-
Davo.
but I don't
Because
think-
Davo
no,
is
no.
so bloody qualified, you guys are so unqualified,
I
you
agree.
have to get rid of
I
Davo
agree.
first,
No,
right?
No.
Well, you guys aren't qualified to do what you're doing.
Taking direction or not taking direction.
You won't take direction from unqualified people.
Hey, we have perfect team.
Bring the board up to date, let's see if you actually have a board.
You're talking to
You
who,
don't have a
Bob?
choice. And that's the way it is with this. It's not a matter, I would like to pay Davo money and have him do
We
more
tried.
shows.
We tried to
Right,
pay
we've
Dave.
offered to pay him money to do more shows.
Yeah,
It's not
I
that
think
we
Dave
don't
does a great
respect
show.
what he does. He
I
does a
think-
great show.
yeah, he does a
Right?
great
But
job.
you know what his reason was for refusing to do it beyond that? It was because he didn't want to screw up the show that he also does in Toronto, which he records. So he's in here doing our thing, right? Do you think the same thing applies when he does a festival? Do you think all of a sudden it's that important at that point? Or do you think that maybe it's because he's doing a show for a place in Toronto, right? And that's not coaching.
I think we're lucky that he does that, actually.
It's good, it's
I
good
want
for
to hire
us,
people.
because
I
they
want
hear
to
it,
pay
that
people.
that he's doing it from our.
In a volunteer station that cannot pay.
Look,
But
I
that's
mean,
okay.
it's very simple, man.
Yeah. Simple to you. I mean, I see
No,
your
it's very
simplicity.
simple, right?
Yeah.
You don't actually have to deal with the regulatory authorities, right? You don't deal with them. You don't have to deal with the police. You don't have to deal with the liquor inspector. You don't have to deal with the CRTC. You don't have to deal with SOCAN. You don't have to deal with the contracts that we make. The
Neither do
obligations
you. That
we
was
take.
Dylan.
We do,
Was.
because we
You don't.
get asked to comply to all those
Right,
things.
so you're going down the traffic log and you see something there, right? It says play this, right? You play that, don't you?
If we have the frickin' traffic log, do you know how many times I've come in here and it hasn't
when you
been
see
there?
the traffic log
Right. We play it.
and you
Yes.
play it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about. If you don't play what's on the traffic log and you refuse to play what's on the traffic log,
If the
Should
traffic
you have
log
a
is
show?
there, right?
All right.
I
Anyway,
just-
we already did that.
I
Yeah,
just-
we'll assume that. We'll assume
Right.
that for the moment.
so
Yeah.
this is like a traffic log. This is a direction equivalent to, in fact, greater than your traffic log that says, here's what's going on here.
And what sort of
And that's what
notice should
happens
one
in
have
this
of
place.
this? When like Songwriter Circle had a guest and they had to cancel their guest.
Yeah.
So that we do what
do
we're
we do
supposed
for
to do.
homeless marathon?
We do what
do
we're
we do for homelessness marathon?
Hey, you know
I
what?
don't know.
You-
That comes along every year.
You know
Somebody
what?
gets their show canceled. What do?
You know
tell
what?
me.
They get a more than 2 days notice.
Yeah, well, that's tough. And the
You want to
person.
see how much notice there was? You want to see the week and a half notice that there was for this?
Yeah.
I'll show you if I can get on the internet.
That doesn't
I'm
matter.
going to show you the email that he.
Yeah, you won't be able to get on the internet. It's not going.
He had 10 days notice.
He had 10 days notice.
I was here that weekend before talking to him. He refused to come out of that booth. He hid in there with a meal. Like, what am I supposed to do? Disturb a meal show? Look at that crappy thing that just went down in the middle of a meal show. That, to me, is a violation. That, to me, is disturbing a programmer. That, to me, is unacceptable. If I'm a programmer and I have to deal with that, that is brutal. Why is that person hiding in that booth?
He's getting ready for a show.
And he has no show today. He's
Okay,
been
would you
told.
like to see the email?
He's
Giving
hiding.
notice, Harvey.
He's hiding
Right, or would
today.
you like to keep
And it's
on?
unacceptable.
Okay.
That behavior.
Please be
doesn't
prepared
matter
to not
how
broadcast
great
your
you
show
show
on
is.
August
Dave has
3rd
no
as a
promise
portion of
to
the
be
log cap
here
will be
30
preempted for special event
Dave
programming.
wants to
And
say,
so
I'll be
on
here every
August
day
3rd, right?
for the
This
next
is,
30 years.
this was mailed on July
And I will deal with
23rd,
every contract
right? So that is
and every
10
obligation
days
we have.
notice. So don't be giving me that stuff.
And Dave can run the show.
Right, you should get your facts straight and you should stay out of it because obviously you're just working on opinion, you haven't got a clue. So you should actually stay out of it. That's where you'd be better off because as you see, there are 10 days notice. Now how much notice do you think we should get? How much did you say we got for those other things? Go ahead, answer. How
What?
much did
How,
you say?
how much for?
How much notice for, you said at least they got 2 days notice or a week's notice. We gave 10 days notice,
To
right?
Songwriter Circle?
We gave 10 days
Davo.
notice to Davo that he wasn't supposed to, that his part of the show would be
Well,
preempted. So what more do you want
Songwriter
than
Circle
10
is,
days?
is a program
We're not
too.
talking about some Songwriter Circle. We can show you those emails too. But in this particular case, this is Davo getting 10 days notice sent to him with something that when he opens it, it says he's read it. So don't go giving me that stuff and picking on me about one letter written by somebody and saying I have to step down because of allegations by somebody who now, do you want me to bring in the people to who she owes $4,000 for crack? Do you want me to hurt her? If you do, you keep it up. What is wrong with you? Fuck!
It's shameful.
There are
It's
allegations.
really
There is an allegation.
You come here how often, Harvey? You come in here how many hours of the week?
Right, how many
Right.
hours?
Not so much anymore because
Yeah,
I
how
don't
many
like having to
hours,
deal with
right?
How
it.
many hours?
How many hours of the week do you come in here?
Yeah, go
Not
ahead.
that many anymore.
How many hours?
I don't know.
Add it up. Well, give me an estimate. If I had to use one hand or two hands, what would it be?
In the station?
In the
You want to see
station.
the 10 days notice?
No, not long.
Not
An
long
hour.
at all. Yet you occupy what role?
That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it certainly does. Because
Because